She said that it's set away, set away. It's so hard to break away. I and now you look bright away, right away.
That Willie Lynn spell you have to break up. Hold we down for too long, youths wake up. We praise the God of Isaac and Jacob. Lightning thunder, place quake up. Tired fi make them give we basket fi carry water. Them tell we have the real part, the story shatter. Trick they get the youths with illusion and stick proper. Then give we guns where fi kill with one another. Then lock we up in a jail, deny we with bail. Walk we out for a fraction of the minimum wage. 1 ton iron night in a modern day slave. After 400 years,
yeah,
still
right
not
when we check it out. Situations got the youth them stressing out, and they don't give a damn how we're making out. The system set away. And if you get caught in the trap, I tell you, say, get a youth, say no getting out. I beg you check it out. Situations got the youth them stressing out, and they don't give a damn how we're making out. The system set away. And if you get caught in the trap, I say, ain't no getting out. Oh, Jah, make a way for me, cause it seems like the system just a pray for me. I beg you please, somebody pray for me. If you don't mean I no good, stay away from me. Obstacles in my life, oh yes, me know me have to overcome. Chop them off the link circle, smell them, did I hold me down. Off to speak my mind, me nah go hold my tongue. And if your heart clean, you're not afraid when the fire burn. Worldwide, when we check it out, situations got the youth them stressing out, and they don't give a damn how we're making out. The system set away. And if you get caught in the trap, I tell you, say, get a youth, say no getting out. I beg you check it out. Situations got the youth them stressing out, and they don't give a damn how we're making out. The system set away. And if you get caught in the trap and said, ain't no getting out. She said that it's set away, set away. It's so hard to break away. I and now you look bright away, right away.
That Willie Lynn spell you have to break up. Hold we down for too long, youths wake up. Praise the God of Isaac and Jacob. Lightning thunder, place quake up.
Sundown to sun up, I grade we a burn up. The whole of them don't know, say me turn up. Hey, we a burn it from we little and a come up. No matter what it costs, my burn it till my frost. Eyes red and them swear say me lost. But I a looking through a different eyeglass. I see the future, present and the past. Used to be the apprentice. Now me are the boss, used to sit the back bench. Now we are teaching class. My girl I beg me please not to take a bounce. I tell her fi burn it, a real Rasta love.
Hawaiian, Sativa, Jamaican, Indica. Don't ask I, which one better. Two of them low, one of them defer. To each his own, just how which one you prefer. The lonely weed and the feel of me treasure. It make me feel so relieved, give me pleasure. It takes me miles in the sky, no unit can measure. Elements combine, earth, wind, sound and fire.
We have on meditation, a whole draft with the coachy loaded. Like the chill up, weed without seeds, sticky, sticky, full of gum. If you can't manage it, son, me I beg you put it down. It a flow all up now me lungs, store it now me cranium. Wonder when me bun, yeah, red and locked down. Never stand firm, never ever pop down. At this sweet Mary chain, make me give Nicky bun.
Shouting out to the world, the meditation up it never down. Feeling like I'm higher than the clouds. Don't even ask, you better know. I'm smoking loud, smoking proud. Give me the reggae, give me the joe. Herb alone, take me to that zone. It is the cure and it's been found.
Alright now, give me the chalice load smoke come out of my ears. Them say legalize, whoa, look how time change. Lock up over earth days, don't like the ice age. Bullet in me polish, front page or the highway. The Sacramento youth that give the most high praise, yo. The most high praise, yo.
Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Blessed love, guidance, and protection to all. Greetings in the name of the Most High, His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie, Cha Rastafari. I am Rasfire. I'm gonna be sitting in for the physician of the people today on this show. We're gonna bring y'all slightly different vibes, but knowledge all the same. Talking about a little bit of what's going on with the cannabis movement right now. You know, it seems like the government is more concerned about the finances and not really the truth and the medicine and what it could do for the people. Like, they always talking about the financial side. They're not really stressing as much the medical benefits and what good it could be doing for certain individuals, like people suffering from tumors, suffering from cancer, suffering from epilepsy. Then you have folks out there that have these diseases, not necessarily diseases, but ailments, we shall call them, and there's nothing that can cure them other than cannabis. Why is it that the government is holding up this plant? It's a herb. It grows from the earth. With that said, we all in here. It's a real peaceful vibe. It's a real cannabis vibe. Cannabis events, the cannabis scene, the cannabis family. It's peace, it's love, it's unity. It's just like bikes. They want to fight against four-wheelers, dirt bikes. It seems like the government fight against everything that bring the people together. And they push everything that divide us. Hey, yeah. Y'all mind keeping it down just a little bit for me? We live. But yeah, everything here, when it's cannabis, it's love. We pushing love. The government fighting the love. They don't want us to unite. Look at all this love right here. I don't even really want to tell them to keep it down. It's just because we live and I don't know if the folks that's watching can hear me clearly or not. But yeah, it's a real peaceful vibe in here. See, I tried to control the love. I tried to control the peace, and the peace and the love found somewhere else to be peaceful and loveful. But they wasn't out of line in any way, shape, or form. And it's still real peaceful in here. That's what it's like when it's cannabis. But if we was in here drinking liquor without cannabis, it would have been a different scene. So with that said, we're going to get to another video. We just giving y'all a different vibe. I'm filling in for the physician of the people. We're going to talk a little bit more about cannabis and the cannabis scene in here, Washington, D.C., and around the world when we get back after this video.
Yeah, man, you'll do only one vibration, you know? But you can give me the strength to fight against those that fight against me. And I see the hypocrites, them a galante, damn haters got so much to say, why they wanna stop my page as my guide move out my way? Aim on the faith, we're holding it prophecy, unfolding it in girls, we're molding it in ganja, we're rolling it to warriors and strolling with, I'm so bold with it, hey don't you disrespect, no, this faith, we're holding it prophecy, unfolding it in girls, molding it in ganja, we're rolling it to warriors, warriors, see them from afar, yes. Them hypocrites, where you galante, damn haters got so much to say, but why they wanna stop my page as my guide move on with my way? You violate and end up here not the found, even if them try digging up the ground, man, not to skin, not to flesh, not to bone. Them cross militant youths danger zone. I come and tell them and them so great. Wow, cross my borderline and them now fake. Now I'ma rise up the chopper, it's too late. Oh, for them it's too late. Them hypocrites say you gallant, damn haters got so much to say. But why they wanna stop my page? Just my guy move out my way. You think the man just shop them up and dash them into the river. And crocodile don't yam them up, oh yeah, yes, for dinner. No evidence left for analyze. Yeah man, them dead and the people just don't realize them man chop and top down, start into the river. And crocodile go out of feast with them for dinner. No evidence left for analyze. Them hypocrites with the gallant day. Damn haters had so much to say, but now they can't stop my page. Just my guide, oh yeah. I'm on this fate, we're holding it, prophecy, unfolding it in girls. I'm holding it in ganja, we're rolling it to warriors. I'm strolling with, I'm so bold with it. Hey, don't you disrespect, no, this fate. I am so lossy, I am so great. Fire burn them pirates, when I burn them pirates, yeah. Them hypocrites, them parasites, dirty pagans in the light. Them hypocrites, them parasites. We don't know say the fire be a dash, yeah. Not for them I go crash. You man with cripple, cramp and paralyzed vampire. Chop them up and dash them. You're the only one vibration, you know. But you can give me the strength to fight against things that fight against me. And I see the hypocrites, them a gallant, damn haters got so much to say. Why they wanna stop my page? As my guide move out my way. Aim on the faith, we're holding it, prophecy, unfolding it in girls. We're molding it in ganja, we're rolling it to warriors. I'm strolling with, I'm so bold with it. Hey, don't you disrespect, no, this fate. We're holding it, prophecy, unfolding it in girls. Molding it in ganja, we're rolling it to warriors. Warriors, see them from afar, yes. Them hypocrites, where you gallant, damn haters got so much to say. But why they wanna stop my page? As my guide move out my way. You violate and end up here not the found, even if them try digging up the ground, man, not to skin, not to flesh, not to bone. Them cross militant youths danger zone. I come and tell them and them so great. Wow, cross my borderline and them now fake. Now I'ma rise up the chopper, it's too late. Oh, for them it's too late. Them hypocrites say you gallant, damn haters got so much to say. But why they wanna stop my page? As my guide move out my way. You think the man just shop them up and dash them into the river. And crocodile don't yam them up, oh yeah, yes, for dinner. No evidence left for analyze. Yeah man, them dead and the people just don't realize them man chop and top down, start into the river. And crocodile go out of feast with them for dinner. No evidence left for analyze. Them hypocrites with the gallant, damn haters had so much to say. But now they can't stop my page. Just my guide, oh yeah. I'm on this fate, we're holding it, prophecy, unfolding it in girls. I'm holding it in ganja, we're rolling it to warriors. I'm strolling with, I'm so bold with it. Hey, don't you disrespect, no, this fate. I am so lossy, I am so great. Fire burn them pirates, when I burn them pirates, yeah. Them hypocrites, them parasites, dirty pagans in the light. Them hypocrites, them parasites. We don't know say the fire be a dash, Yeah, not for them I go crash. Yeah, man, we cripple, cramp, and paralyze vampire. Chop them up and dash them. Yeah, we just living life, you know.
The fullest.
Killing the king with the vice. Walking in the footsteps of the great, you know. Marcus Garvey.
So Lord.
It's my philosophy, and yes, it's my music. What I feel inside, and it's moving. The Marcus Garvey I been live a life of no regrets. It's my philosophy, and yes, it's my music. What I feel inside, and it's moving. The Marcus Garvey I been live a life of no regrets.
This is much more than music, much more than life. It's about us coming together, standing unite. Takes a nation of millions to hold us back, and now they wanna front like rap and clap. This is a multinational, get rich or broke business, where rappers get for their trucks and their Benzes. Not to say I want the dough, I got a family to feed, but I don't reach a point in life where I slowed my speed. So I started saving money, cause that's guaranteed. My daughter got something for her college fee, but it's a cold, cold world, and I got my fights. But like my man Nas B, all I need is one mic. Homes, I can't be like you and waste my time. There's knowledge to gain, so I read my time. See, rappers a thug in the face, they wanna look hard. We use intelligence and leave them scarred.
It's my philosophy, and yes, it's my music. What I feel inside, and it's moving. The Marcus Garvey I been live a life of no regrets. It's my philosophy, and yes, it's my music. What I feel inside, and it's moving. The Marcus Garvey I been live a life of no regrets. And you believe me, I'm so much more than you see, and I could slew them like how the king done slew Mussolini and Fascisi. Ain't never using no speakeasy. We're moving on up like George and easy. Your militant youth step on the CD, rising to the top, yeah man, it's so damn easy. Hey, wanna be, you wanna be. Yeah, believe me, I'm so much more than you see. I could slew them like how the king done slew Mussolini and Fascisi. Ain't never using no speakeasy. We're moving on up, oh yes. Your militant youth step on the CD. Hey man, it's so damn easy. And wanna be's, can't be me. It's my philosophy, and yes, it's my music. What I feel inside, and it's moving. The Marcus Garvey I been live a life of no regrets. It's my philosophy, and yes, it's my music. What I feel inside, and it's moving. The Marcus Garvey I been live a life of no regrets.
Yes. And we're back. So, let's talk about the cannabis scene and what's going on here in Washington, D.C. and all around the world. People are waking up. Cannabis has been legalized in certain places, and I feel as though they feel cannabis may be a part of this, because I smoke, sit down, and read books. I don't know about you, but cannabis is one of those things that helps to decalcify the pineal gland. And one begins to look at things differently, see certain things you may not have seen before, speak on certain things you might not have spoke on prior to having this wonderful medicine now flowing through your veins. So, with all that said, what are we gonna do? What's the next step? What are the people gonna do? What's the community gonna do? Because that's what it's up to, the community. Me, myself, I got slightly different views. Some believe in voting and so on and so forth. Yeah, votes get things done. But at the end of the day, politics is all a pile of tricks, and I feel all of that is fixed. It's all a pile of tricks. But we're there in the heart of Babylon, so use their tactics against them, fight them with their own weapons of war. It's time that we unite and put our voices to numbers and make those numbers make effect, just like how we came out and voted to be able to have the right to consume. And now we can give up to 2 ounces, not up to 2 ounces, pardon me, an ounce, and walk with up to 2 ounces. So if we want to continue to enjoy these rights that folks have went out and fought and put their lives and their freedom on the line for, I think that it's time that everyone unite and start treating cannabis as normal as it is. Stop treating it taboo. I feel we're hurting ourselves when we talk about the black market and the cartel. There is no black market. There is no cartel. All of that exists because they keeping it illegal and they doing what they do, backdoor bull jiving. But yeah, it's time that people start speaking up more. There's a lot of people that use cannabis but may not voice that, yeah, they consume and the wonderful things it's done for them. You may be using recreationally and not understanding that you have an ailment that recreational use is being cured by. You assume it's recreational, just like drinking a beer. They call that recreational. Some people do that to unwind. Hops can be used medically the right way, everything in balance. So with that said, we're going to continue to freestyle this show. Blessed love. Yes, sir. Matter of fact, you got time? Good brother, you got time? Yeah, you want to say something about what's been going on in the cannabis scene? I'm just filling in for the show, just vibing out. I'm not extremely privy to everything, but I know that it's a lot of fight going on. I've experienced some things back then. I mean, you could do what you was doing and then give us your time, but I appreciate it. But yeah, I see some things going on in the cannabis scene locally right now that went on some years ago, and it's like the same scene is playing out itself once again in some forms and fashions, because some of these spots that are getting harassed are just trying to make sure that folks have a place to come about acquiring medicine. They're not paying for anything. It might be for the venue, but that's it. Like, folks are getting medicine out here. Folks are getting taken care of in ways that if I was working all day and I get off and I have a real life and the dispensary is not open, I would have loved to go to the dispensary, but I got to work to pay bills, mortgage, so on and so forth. So got off late, ended up stopping by this wonderful pop-up, and without this, I wouldn't be able to get my medicine. Now, if we had spots where we could go about acquiring medicine and we could do the things that the community is pushing to do without the headache and the pushback, then things could be so much wonderful, or better, I should say. Because a lot of the violence and the gun crime, betterfuller, yeah, we gonna make our own words. Dab words, that's the terps kicking in. But yeah, beautiful things can happen when we work together. There's a lot of bickering going on out there, folks fighting against each other. Like, yeah, the dispensaries got to get their money, but be fair to the people as well. Folks got a real life. Like, let's address the real issues out here. Let's put the politicking aside and put the people first, because it's a lot of politicking when it comes to cannabis. I don't feel that people are being put first, because every day we hear about how much money it can bring in, and then once another story comes out about how it's benefiting someone's life and making their quality of life so much better, and without it, they wouldn't be able to live the quality of life that they're living. They don't show those stories. Yes, I. They show the negative sides of cannabis. Not all of the give backs to the community. Yes, I. Hold on, let's get Jay to talk.
It's a lot of fuckery going on. What they do is they don't never cover none of the good that we do in the community. All they do is cover the negatives. So that's what you see. And then the people, this community has the negative stigma it has. So that's why we try to fight as hard as we fight to promote the fact that we're not a bunch of fucking lazy stoners. We get out here and we get shit done and we actually help people. You know, but like I said, one time I got a fucking email from a reporter from NPR. And the reporter from NPR says, yo, Jay, we heard that you got busted in a raid, and you know, we're just hitting you up to you know, like verify that you're okay. You know, we wanted to see what's going on with the uptick in police activity in DC. And then, but what's so crazy is that the last post on my IG was us delivering a fucking U-Haul full of toys to the children's hospital for Christmas for the kids, right? The dude hits me up to tell me, yo, we heard you got popped and we wanted to clear up if you did it, but nothing about the fucking toy drive I just did. So the first thing I say to the guy is, I'm like, yo, bro, obviously I'm not in jail. You know, you're on the phone with me. His phone number was in the email, so I called him, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, obviously I'm not in jail, you know what I'm saying? So please, like, let's get that out the way, you know what I'm saying? And you should be covering the fact that, you know, this toy drive we just did successfully, you know what I'm saying? Not a peep back from the dude, you know what I'm saying? So they would rather cover the fact that a dude in the community got locked up than, you know, a fucking successful toy drive that we got together to do. And that's what's the big problem, and that's what's going on in this community, you know what I'm saying? Can't blame it simply on just the dispensaries. It's like, it's so many more evils that are just working against us, and we're working against ourselves in so many other ways, you know what I'm saying? There's like a lot of fuckery going on in that way too, you know what I'm saying? But we'll save that for another whole nother conversation. I hope you're having a good time in Jamaica, bro. Don't bring me no goodies. I don't want nothing from over there. You get home safe, all right, bro?
Yeah, yeah. And with that said, let's bring in that next video. Mr. Engineer. Hello, hello. Hello, good day. Are you there? Thank you, sir.
I'm not smoking meeting and I'm going to praise God with it. I need some high-grade trees.
You in that Marvel White House. Well, I want to live located to all the man about them high-grade straight. Listen, I'm on to hear my lyrics, them man. Reality people all the time.
I need some high-grade trees.
Some high-grade weed I can feel. I need some high-grade trees. Some high-grade weed I can feel. Yeah, 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 yeah. Don't you know the kids play on the drum? Don't you know Granddaddy Kushman and smoke? Don't you know the purple is man and smoke? Don't you know the Macca's got man and grow? I need some high-grade trees. Some high-grade weed I can feel. I need some high-grade trees. Good high-grade make me eyes a bleed. Yeah, 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 yeah. Don't you know bad man born the chopper? Don't you know Rasta man born the blue dream? Don't Don't you know, bad man still about the skull. I need some high grade tree. Whoa, whoa, some high grade weed I can feel. Whoa, whoa, no one no cook, fi make me nose a bleed.
Where can we find you?
You can find me right here. I'm right here. But look, you want to see me? Look on YouTube. Google Diki Split. And you're going to see a bag of things. Google it. You Google DIKI spacebar SPLISS. I'm an artist. Respect.
I like his energy, his vibe. Give it up.
What we smoking? Lord no. Rastaman talking. Marijuana we are born. Marijuana we are born. Marijuana we are born. Give me some. Marijuana we are born. We put in a chill. Marijuana we are born. Hold on steady. My guy go all I made it. And ganja we burning. Make I go all I made it. Take a chip Ghana sing cry. Forget some of the Cali where give me the joy. I've been traveling for many miles with a pound of sweet high grade. As the moon shine down on my face, I relax and take a puff and take a taste. What a thing. What a thing to tell the king. All I told them was marijuana we are born. Marijuana we are born. Marijuana we are born. Them say give me some. Marijuana we are born. I make me put in a chillum. Marijuana we are born. Oh Lord knows. Marijuana we are born. Marijuana we are born. Marijuana we are born. And that we are born. Marijuana we are born. We put in a chillum. Marijuana we are born. Rastaman burning. Say watch it Congo man, watch it Congo man burning. Lord no. I and I should be free to hold a melody. Any crevice, any corner, any state or country. You know, it's a herbical situation. Herbs are spread around the nation. We hide and smoke no more. We are burn it in the open. We're burning all night till a morning come. That's the man burning until the sun gone down. Me blaze my chalice in my palace. There's no malice. So what's the herbalist? Them gather round. Big up the farmers planting good marijuana. Here's the word and here's the power, here's the sound. Before me brush my teeth and after my beard, me have to check a jar of the high grade. Put on my shoes and tie up my shoes, lace, kiss Mary Jane before me travel the lane. Me no want no cocaine. Marijuana we are born. Marijuana we are born. Marijuana we are born. And that we are born. Marijuana we are born. Straight out the chillum now. Marijuana we are born. All on. Marijuana we are born. From night till a man. Marijuana we are born. I and I. Marijuana we are born. Marijuana we are born. Rastaman burn. Marijuana we are born. Burning with back we are born. Marijuana we are born. Congo man burn. Marijuana we are born. Marijuana we are born. Oh, night.
na na.
Oh, na, na.
Come back, we burn, come back, we burn, burn.
How sweet it is to finally be able to full enjoy our medicine without constant harassment within certain settings, we should say. But wouldn't it be wonderful if just like we could go to sit down at the bar and have a drink, we could just go sit down and roll up a nice fat spliff, partake of that and share that vibe? It's time for us to push. It's time for us to make our voices be heard. The herb brings people together. It's time for all the people to come together. All the people to come together. I'm filling in, just freestyling. Don't have too much planned for the show. But, well, without no but, exclude that. With the vibes, going with the vibes. There's a lot going on when it comes to herb, life, energy, the weather. The weather is quite crazy right now. You planting food? You planting food? Yes, I don't know. Always with the different vibes. But the fight continues. The fight is never over. People need balance. Balance. The world needs balance. Right? I know everything is not within balance. The herb will return to balance. The herb will return to balance. It cleans up the land and it cleans woman and man. Let's go to the next show. It's been a long fight, and it's not over yet.
Legal in the District of Columbia. Congress approved our law.
There's a way to do this. We can help you. The powers that be are blocking your life and your families from growing. Please understand that.
Back it up. Let's go.
This afternoon, approximately 1:15 in the afternoon, 4 DCMJ activists were arrested by the U.S. Capitol Police after they gave a blessing. We had a Christian blessing, a Buddhist blessing, a Rastafarian blessing, and a Jewish blessing. And after they were done with that, they proceeded to light up their cannabis, and the police then arrested them. The point of the day was not to just get high, it was actually to change the law. There's 3 important things that we're working on. One of them is removing the Andy Harris rider from the federal budget for the District of Columbia. That was added a couple years ago by Maryland Representative Andy Harris, and it prevents the DC government, our elected officials here, from being able to pass any new laws that would allow for the responsible regulation of adult use cannabis. So after Initiative 71 passed, we are allowed to grow up to 12 plants at home and give away up to 2 ounces, give away up to 1 ounce, but possess 2 ounces in public space. But because of the rider, the DC government's unable to pass any new laws. And we want that rider removed because the federal government has to pass their budget this week. And they're going to keep that in the budget or they're going to take it out. We were asking them to take it out. Number 2, we want the Rohrabacher-Farr amendment to be retained within the federal budget. The Rohrabacher-Farr amendment actually treats DC as the 51st state, and what it does is it lists specifically every state in the United States that has a medical cannabis law. And it says that the Department of Justice, vis-a-vis the DEA, cannot enforce the Controlled Substances Act in regards to cannabis in states that have medical cannabis laws. So if that's not approved in the federal budget this year, or actually this week, then on April 29th, Jeff Sessions, as the Attorney General, can instruct the DEA to raid every single dispensary in America, and we don't feel that that is the right way to go about it. And finally, we want cannabis to be removed entirely from the Controlled Substances Act. We believe that it doesn't belong there, and that Congress can do it immediately. It can create millions of jobs and millions of dollars in tax revenue for states that are struggling with trying to balance their own budgets. Instead of spending money on putting people in jail and incarcerating them, Congress, by passing a law that removes cannabis from the Controlled Substances Act, we believe that states will be able to pass responsible laws that will enrich their societies.
And so, of course, today was an act of civil disobedience, right? Everybody knew that they'd be arrested for smoking pot here. What is the motivation to subject oneself to arrest?
Well, America has a long history of nonviolent civil disobedience. And the reason why they chose to light those joints up was to break the law in order to change the law. And that is the beauty of nonviolent civil disobedience. It is why people have marched and sat down and protested, because we believe that Congress can ignore us if we send them petitions. In fact, DC residents, we can't even contact members of Congress because we don't have the right zip code in the District of Columbia. So we are denied the due process of law by Congress because we are not residents of a state in America. And so by lighting up today, they were trying to make a point that the laws need to be changed, and they were heroes in our eyes. We believe that we're looking at the end of cannabis prohibition in America, but if we're still calling on people to click on something, to tell members of Congress to do something, we think they're just going to continue to ignore us. And the best way to stop that from happening is just showing up. And today we had a couple dozen people show up to say that they were tired and ready for the Controlled Substances Act to be changed and to have cannabis be.
Rises from the soil that Mother Earth needs to breathe and medicates thoroughly the human body, mind, heart, and soul. They're used to destroy one group of people. Because we're poisoning our brothers, sisters, mothers, daughters, soldiers, and veterans. Every 19 minutes someone dies from opioid overdoses, and I almost did. But yet the poisoning its own citizens by suffocating us with poverty, low wages, and no health care. The feds and the government has been poisoning its own people by allowing prescription drugs, corporate executives, and the rich, while we the people can't have a plan B to chemicals and poisons that create zombies of consent and violence. We the people say no more. Realize that violent crimes are at an all-time high, that opioid addiction has to do with cannabis, and that bad people smoke marijuana, because we the people are woke. It is time to upset the setup. Thank you.
It is racial, it is profiteering, it is slave labor. It is something that America should never stand for.
It really must change. It's an irrational response, and we can change it, and the experiments are playing out.
You should be able to go to Virginia and still be married. So of course it went to the Supreme Court, they passed it. So that now you can be married anywhere in the United States. It should be the same thing. Racist states, Alabama. For us who live in the north, some of us who are black from the north, step foot in the state of Alabama or Texas or any of those states like that, I'm so afraid of them. Jeff Sessions is someone that makes me afraid.
It's phenobarbital. It was followed by Depakote, Pepper, and many others. It's been a long journey for my daughter. And I would like you to stand before my daughter. I challenge you to stand before my daughter and tell her getting this cannabis. And if it's a racial problem and you choose not to do it, I know tens of thousands of Caucasian moms and children that know.
A special prayer that the believers and the non-believers, the press people, and the brothers and sisters from the law enforcement community Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or of the press or the right of the people peaceably to assemble. And free speech, free press, free people, protest.
Let these officers know that it could be their family, it could be their friends. We understand that there's higher powers that be, but we're not bringing any harm. That's right now. We're not bringing harm. We're raising awareness. This is awareness. Everyone medicates differently. This is my daughter's way of medicating. And in
you are breaking DC federal law.
Speak life over. We speak life
Back up.
over.
Back up, please.
Cannabis approves our law. Congress approves our law. This is legal in the District of Columbia. Congress approved our law. You're dumb if you think you're free. Please don't. You're dumb if you think you're free in the U.S.
Until the federal government decides to have a real conversation.
Natalie, we love you.
We love you, Natalie.
400. 400, half Sergeant VS, redeploy a team over to the crime.
Fascist agenda.
Taxpayer dollars. We want to help. This isn't a bad news. This isn't a bad news. Your families are going to need it. It's not mission. Who's the victim? Who's the victim? Just us.
Thousands of Americans are going to jail for a plant that's safer than alcohol and tobacco. Members of Congress need to pass and pass a law that deschedules cannabis. The president talks about jobs and selling cannabis. Instead, you're putting people in jail for a harmless plant. Getting paid about $25 to $30 an hour, I hope. Think how much money is being wasted by the federal government right now.
Excuse me. For far too long, the wrong people in general, all people have suffered for advocating for this plant. There are individuals who knew about the medical benefits that this plant was giving them and bringing to their lives, so they fought for this plant. They went through a lot for this plant. Now there's corporations making buku money, and these people suffered for so long, went through the hardship, and have been advocating for this plant for day one. I think it's full time that we bring attention to these cultures of folks that have carried the knowledge of this plant with them through their ancestors and the knowledge that has been passed down. Because you have certain cultures out there that, just like here in the United States, alcohol and beer is a very part of the everyday life. Cannabis for them, hashish, is a very everyday thing for them. So the knowledge is there. More people need to stand up and speak on it. There's children that can't even speak yet that are suffering because of the scheduling of this plant. It's a plant. Nothing chemically has to be done to it for you to experience the wonderful benefits of it. It's a natural herb. It's food for the body. Your body naturally produces these chemicals. How could it be bad for you? How much longer is this show? Well, with that 1 minute, is there anybody that want to talk about the wonderful things that the plant has done for them? Huh?
The plant has saved my life, and it has made me a better person. It has made me peaceful, and it has brought me closer to God. Yeah, that's what it's done for me. And that's about all. Thank you.
Anybody else want to share? I know it's a couple of folks in here. Stoner. With a name like Stoner, you gotta share. I don't care. I don't care. Hey, I guess his name says it. He don't even need to speak. Stoner says it all. But I and I don't get high. We get balance. Real deal. You want to come and give us some of that real? Okay. The plant has done wonderful things for me. It saved my life. It's the reason I am here today. I have a very intimate relationship with this plant, aside from just getting my hands dirty in the soil. Like, folks say I look like Bob Marley, so a lot of my life has been embracing that energy, that vibe. I'm not trying to be Bob Marley, but that feeling, that vibe that you get when you listen to that music, I want to make sure that lives on, because the world needs more of that. We're starting to wake up. We starting to remember who we are. I think it's time we remember what this plant has done for us, and the reason they fighting it like they fighting it, the melanated.
But yeah, with that said, I've got voices in my head.
Yes, cannabis has made me sane. Without it, I don't need. Okay, it's time to medicate again. I'm just having fun. Life is good. Almost didn't make it this far. How much more time we got? Well, that has been our show here at Listen Vision. I'm filling in today for Physician of the People. Natural medicine, real medicine, nature, nurture, herbs. We're out.